I've been lonely, I've been cheated, I've been misunderstood. I've been washed up, I've been put down and told I'm no good. But with you I belong, 'cause you help me be strong. There's a change in my life since you came along. Ooh.
I was born in Puerto Rico and raised there. My childhood was full of anxiety and trauma, and my mother and my dad drank a lot, and whenever they get drunk, they like physically, injure each other, and so there was always a lot of blood and a lot of like fighting and yelling, and I tried to be at home as least as possible. I had gotten married when I was 16 years old. I moved to New York when I was about to turn 19 years old. 5 years after, we kind of moved to New York and everything was, normal, fine. Then he started smoking cocaine at the time. My husband was doing it, he brought it home, and I started experimenting. Before I knew, I was just doing it with him 24/7. We had 2 kids. One was 2.5 and the other one was like 8 months old. I used to sell drugs to maintain my habit, and this time they knew that I was selling drugs, and they decided that they were going to send an undercover cop to me, and I got caught and I got sentenced to 4.5 years in prison. I know that my kids were growing up, and that it was going to be a time when I needed to meet them, and that I wanted to face him in another, in another life, that it was not the one that I was living before I got incarcerated.
When I first met Gina, I interviewed her at a pre-release program, and Gina's direct quote to me was, "I'm ready." In the classroom, Gina was motivated, she was enthusiastic, she was self-determined. Gina knew what she wanted to do when she came into the MAP program.
I utilized, I think, every floor in this building. The therapy services that they have in the second floor, I lunch in the dining room. I just did everything that they told me to do, and every time I needed something, they was like, "Oh, you don't have to go nowhere. We have it here." And I tell everyone today, like, I'm a MAP baby. You know what I mean? This is kind of like where I was reborn, and kind of like where I learned how to do life again. And this is where I learned what I wanted to be when I grow up, right? How you doing? This is Gina White. I'm calling you from Cambridge Cares, and I just wanted to let you know that I found the apartment that we talked about.
We've received several interns from the MAP program at St. Francis House. Gina is one of them. She worked with me. I was her supervisor when we first hired her. We didn't even have a position open for her, and we just loved her so much that we actually created a position.
I think Gina has an amazing ability to have taken the challenges that she has overcome in her own life and has used that to really inform her experience and her work that she brings with the people that she works with in her housing program. I think Gina's experience through St. Francis House really gave her an opportunity to be able to connect with a really wide variety of people.
I cannot even really explain to you how I feel when I'm ready to give people like their key for their house for the first time. Some people, it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just the awesomest thing to be able to be part of that change.
St. Francis House is unique in 2 ways. It's what we do and it's how we do it. The what we do part is whatever you need, under one roof, you can get it at St. Francis House, from breakfast to housing and everything in between. But it's how we do it. It's recognizing that every person that comes in here is deserving of unconditional love.
It's our job here at St. Francis House to earn the trust of people, not to demand that they trust, but to earn their trust, and then to motivate them, to find what in them will light that fire.
St. Francis House has revolutionized the way we think about and treat homelessness and substance abuse. And St. Francis House in many ways represents, I think, what's best about society, or what can be best about society, And as a result, I think the rest of the community needs to rally and support St. Francis House, because it will make the community a better place for all of us by caring for those people who have the most difficulties.
St. Francis House has 800 people a day coming to us. We have a proven formula of success on how to take those people from our front door to their front door. The only thing that stands between the man and woman walking in our front door and their return to society is our ability to expand our programs to meet the demand.
I met him at the MAP program. We weren't in the same class, but he was about to graduate actually when I met him. She is the gift from heaven. She is. I wasn't expecting her. I didn't even think I could have any more kids, and then she just I don't know. She is the reason. You know, I wake up in the morning and I look at her, and even if I had a bad night or I couldn't sleep, it just makes it all better.
St. Francis House and MAP, they both showed me, you know, if you just be patient and work slower towards your goals and have your goals, and you should be able to accomplish them.
St. Francis just taught me how to be a part of the world again. I just wanted to be a human again, and St. Francis and the MAP program showed me that.
I've been lonely, I've been cheated, I've been misunderstood, I've been washed up and put down.